Now, on one hand, Mike, you can't hear if someone hits a hole-in-one or sinks a birdie putt, but the other silver lining is you won't hear any gasping when someone hits it in the water. These highways were supposed to have been closed. The question, obviously, that we're trying to figure out is how did this tanker get on the highway?
Why are you wearing long sleeves? Is it cold down there?
It's actually not that thick, so it's I'm not really all that well insulated. I do enjoy feeling the breeze on me, though. If you don't mind.
All right. Here we go.
Yep. What do we think, Coach? How'd it look? Fans at this game were learning those details in the middle of this one, so it was a bit of a heartbreaking scene when we spoke to on the concourse, started to really process what had happened. He mentioned no one really could tell what his ethnicity was, so they threw everything at him to see what would stick. That's mostly true, Mike. I'm standing right off the 18th hole. This is where the skyboxes were last year. Gymnastics meets are emotional roller coasters. All right, Gary. How are you enjoying this?
It's amazing. We've been watching it for years. Watching the girls grow up from little pipsqueaks to where they're at today. It's amazing.
This meet, you celebrate the achievement as well as the courage it takes to compete, even if sometimes it's hard on your nerves as a spectator.
With a daughter out there, you definitely get nervous, but you also, you have that excitement to see them stick a routine. But even if they don't, you got more pride, just knowing the amount of work that they put in to get here. It's just awesome.
It's just exciting to see if they can all keep their cool. A lot of nerves today too, so. Yeah.
Nerves for you all too, I guess.
Oh yeah. Our heart rates go a little high.
The payoff
with a score of 146
is in sharing joy.
This was our first team experience in 6 years, so it was really fun to be back with this atmosphere. Our fans were incredible today.
It's not too often that we get to compete in a venue like this, so for our kids to experience something like this is pretty amazing.
It's crazy, it's so loud. There's so many people from Big Lake here to support us, and it's just crazy. We love our town. Everyone came to support us and just kept cheering us on. It was just an amazing experience.
And inspiring the next generation.
I love floor.
Why?
I just like the back tumbling and front tumbling.
Norman Seawright, WCCO 4 Sports.
The songs that we chose are very much songs that, for me, have gotten me through difficult times, and I'm hoping that that project can have that purpose to move people and to make people wake up the next day with a little bit more courage and hope. Every time you download it, every time you stream it, all those proceeds are going to charity. We're working with the Center for Disaster Relief, raising money for Feed the Children, which is a nonprofit, and then also raising money for healthcare workers who are on the front line. So
what was that process like?
A lot of this has been quite surreal. We recorded the song Imagine and posted it on the internet, and got a call a few days afterwards from some executive producers, music producers in Nashville, and they were very interested in finding a way to help. And for me, I thought, no, there's nothing better that we could do with this opportunity than to use this as an opportunity to raise funds.
My boss caught me singing the other day. She's like, all right, if you talk to him, you got to sing with him. I was like, are you serious? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay. I'm getting a little nervous. I know they want me to do this with you. So does singing in public actually, do you have a little bit of nerves in this?
Oh yeah, all the time. I think this is just like surgery. I think nerves wake you up a little bit and they just get you ready. Lean on me. We are not strong.
I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
For it won't be long till I'm gonna meet somebody to lean on.
Taking a step back for a second and just trying to process everything. And, especially as from an athlete standpoint, trying to block out your emotions to get to a point where you can be like, how can I be proactive?
Do you feel any kinds of pressures? What kinds of experiences with racism have you all seen?
My first experience was I was in kindergarten and I was just playing with my friends on a slide. And then she said, we can't play with you anymore because you're black and we're white. My dad, he came to America from Sierra Leone in 1994. So he has, dark black skin. And for his job, he has to wear a suit. And when we would go to stores, he was wearing his suit, everything was fine. But if he was just in casual clothes, people would follow us around the store to make sure he wasn't stealing, things like that. And my mom is white, so we've kind of had these conversations.
Growing up in a game like hockey, that is, is probably the whitest sport out of all the major ones in North America. It was tough because kids just kind of threw the book at me. Didn't really know. They were just throwing racial slurs at me, seeing what would stick.
My parents would always say you have to be twice as good to get half the results. So it was always this chip on your shoulder that you have to go perform above and beyond all your peers to, get some sort of recognition or some sort of achievement in this world.
Despite those hurdles, seeing racism in all its forms, all 4 of them see the potential for real change in our society because, quite literally, of the level of teamwork involved.
I think the willingness for people to become educated is really hopeful. And also, what I've kind of noticed is this seems like kind of a young person movement.
One day, these are individuals who will be, step into leader positions.
They're reaching and supporting the next generation where they are too, on social media.
That's kind of been my message, is to, challenge people to continue to try to develop, grow themselves as a person.
There are a lot of people who take the time to see the different perspectives that you can look at a situation through, but there is a whole group of people who only see it through one lens, and honestly, that makes me sad for those people. So I'm happy that Ant is doing things like this to kind of get people to start thinking.
They agree that it is an uphill battle, but it is one worth fighting. Norman Seawright, WCCO 4 News.